Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this the news beat presented to you by Ladies Like. Follow the beat from the studio to the street. Info with the flow keeps you sharp and in the know. Sit back, relax, enjoy the news. Follow. Are you ready for a fresh start? It's already a new year. People are still enjoying good times, food, fun and good cheer. Every country holds a kind of celebration, but traditions are still unique in every nation. All people seek luck, love and prosperity. In Ecuador, they find it by burning effigies to say goodbye to the old year. Out with the fears, bring in the good cheer. In Russia, write your wish on paper, burn it and put the ash in a glass of champagne and drink it before midnight to start the year off right. In Colombia, many carry empty suitcases around the area. If you're looking for prosperity, stay keen and do what they do. In Philippines, you better stay frugal on the first day so you can stay the same way. And some people place their faith in lucky digits. In Brazil, all you gotta do is jump 7 waves and make 7 wishes. When you go to Spain and Mexico, it's tradition to eat 12 grapes before midnight, 1 for each stroke of the clock. It's harder than it looks, but it's worth the good luck. In Greece, it's also tradition to hang onions or seek abundance in an Irish feast. Research shows that we all try to start the new year with the people we hold most dear. MC Sophia is spreading a positive message to the world. Our reporter MC Loy is here with more.
The Rio Olympics opening ceremony revealed a new star on the rap scene. MC Sophia is a 12-year-old Brazilian with a message for every citizen. She is fighting racism with rap and breaking girls out of self-esteem trap. Sure, she raps about dreadlocks and dolls, but her message is to uplift young black girls. Afro-Brazilians are over 100 million, so black people are more than half the population. Yet young black Brazilians are at a high risk. They are 3 times more likely to be killed. MC Sophia knows this reality. She grew up being bullied because of her race and hair. She knows that society is not always fair, but rap helps her say how she's feeling and to tell the truth about what's happening. Her message is simple and powerful. Young black girls need to know that they are beautiful. Accept yourself and love yourself, and reject every racist prejudice. MC Sophia had a lot of support from her mother and Caro Conca, a well-known female rapper. She's set to release more of her young wisdom in a single about empowering black children. I'm MC Loy, reporting for Newsbeat.
Thank you, MC Loy, for that report. It seems like Uganda Crane's financial situation moves. Our reporter Oki Forever is here with more details.
The Uganda Cranes road to Gabon is proving to be turbulent after 39-year absence from the African Cup of Nations tournament. And although the Ugandan government pledged to support the Cranes' journey to Gabon 2017, the Ugandan team has not received necessary support for its campaign. This has consequently affected Uganda Cranes' schedules and plans, as Uganda's friendly match with Gabon in Libreville was cancelled due to the lack of funds. Furthermore, Uganda had to prepare for 2 friendly matches with Tunisia before going for an 8-day training camp in the United Arab Emirates. And thereafter have 2 more warm-up matches with Ivory Coast and Slovakia, but ended up setting camp in Kampala, which hampered its steady progress. According to Uganda's Football Association, the original budget for the preparations of the national team's footballers was slashed from $2.1 to $1.2 million. So the association had to use its own meager resources to facilitate the national team through the training process. The federation also had to secure kits after making an advance payment to ensure that each player has 6 jerseys at the continental tournament. The delay in the financial support has frustrated Crane's preparation journey, as the Football Association will still have to wait for the Minister of Education and Sports, Mrs. Janet Museveni, to approve the budget details forwarded to her by the State Minister of Sports, Mr. Charles Bakabulindi. I'm Oki Forever, reporting for Newsbeat.
Thank you, Oki Forever, for that report. Rice is the most popular staple food in Nigeria, as Nigerians consume an estimated 6 million metric tons of rice every year. The West African giant also spends $1 billion annually on rice importation, as its rice production capacity can hardly meet the high demand of its ever-rising population. The price of rice more than doubled this year due to Nigeria's hyperinflation, and the prices continue to surge during the Christmas and New Year season. The increased desire for the staple food drove many Nigerians to cheaper brands, which made room for the counterfeit rice smugglers to meet the growing demand. However, over 100 bags of plastic rice suspected of being smuggled from China was seized at Port Lagos by the Nigerian government. The Nigerian Health Ministry urged all Nigerians to remain calm under the prevailing circumstances, as preliminary findings found no evidence that the rice had any toxic chemical substances. But earlier reports from the customs officials contradicted the Health Ministry's statement, and the country's Food and Drug Authority had not yet released its investigative assessment. The Nigerian government has however banned the importation of rice through all its land borders, as the smugglers prefer these routes because they are porous. It has also banned all rice imports in the country, as it seeks to revamp local production and boost its own rice industry. That was the news of the beat. Next week will be another hit. Still let it like reporting live and direct with love and respect. Follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat.
Follow the beat.
Follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat.